When we first started Straine Consulting over 25 years ago, I was actually in the accounting business with my dad and my brother preparing tax returns and financial statements. It's funny how this thing all happened. A good friend of mine, who I grew up playing sports against in school, had become a client, Ron Blanchette, and he just happened to be a dentist.
I was working so hard, swimming upriver, but things just weren't improving, weren't growing.
When he shared with me he had 3,000 patients and just one hygienist, it didn't add up. We did the math and concluded that that one hygienist could manage 600 patients. Who was going to see the other 2,400 patients, I asked him. He was in patient overload.
You know, I was just really focused on my patients that were in the chair, and I didn't really know what it would take to develop a practice and have it grow.
Right away, we knew that Ron couldn't do it with just one hygienist. He was going to need 4 or 5 of them.
It's just amazing the change that's happened. We had 3 operatories, now I have 10 operatories.
That gave Ron a chance to have a life outside his practice, spend time with his family, play golf, enjoy his life.
It's just been unbelievable, and it's been because of my relationship with Straine Consulting.
Karen and I learned that Ron is not alone. Dentists are incredibly smart people, yet they're trained to heal. They're not taught business practices.
I've known Carrie since I was 2 weeks old. A few years into practice, I realized that a small practice wasn't going to be something that worked for me, and I needed someone to help me figure out how to do that.
Before we make any recommendations to any practice owner, we spend 4 to 6 weeks gathering extensive data, and then we spend 2 days on site with the doctor and the team.
They did a comprehensive analysis of my practice. They met with the staff, they looked through our numbers on Dentrix.
Any advisor or consultant who walks into a practice and makes a recommendation without analyzing the patient base, the providers, the facility, the doctor's goals, they're just throwing darts against the wall, hoping to hit something.
They analyzed all the data and they reported back to me after a big analysis, a lot of tangible things that I could work on.
With our 25 years of experience, without the right tools, it simply won't happen.
Nothing good happens by accident. Everything we do at Straine is intentional.
I started as just a single dentist here in my practice with 3 staff. I now have 14, including 2 associates.
And one of the things we're most proud of is our success record. We've worked with practices in every state, from startup to the largest practices in the country today, all of them experiencing tremendous success on a month-to-month basis.
Having Straine Consulting on board has not only changed my practice life, but it's also been a complete lifestyle change for me.
Right now, we have close to 400 clients throughout the United States and Canada. Most of them have been with us for several years.
Most dentists have a lot of horse blinders on when they go into their practice. Carrie peels those horse blinders off and says, look at your potential.
Some practices leave on their own, but what makes me most proud is when they come back and ask for our help again.
I had some reservations about hiring Carrie because he wasn't a dentist. Not having a dental background per se in terms of having a dental degree has actually aided him in really looking outside the box.
Dr. Matt is one of those who took a break, but he came back in 2013.
I felt the need to come back because it's a big proposition to run a large practice. Having Carrie on board, I realized it would give me an additional direction to the next level of dentistry.
We could not be happier for Matt and his team.
Straine Management Systems defines the de facto standard of its industry, and dentists really should take a look at having the Straine Management as a coach on board throughout their entire career. It only leads to success. What I have today is because of Carrie's vision.